All right, what's up, everyone? This is Dahlia. Um, I'm gonna take a break on the my discussion on the ending racism with understanding music and sex within culture. I'll continue on that on a later date, but I want to bring up something else, a new discussion. I'm going to college while also doing music as a passive income goal. I definitely want to talk about the education system a bit here because I'm going to school to be a teacher. I want to talk about how there's kind of a crisis. You'll go on YouTube and you'll see all these videos of people who are teachers now who struggle with understanding how to know what the kids really need in order to actually benefit with their time while in school. Oh, yeah, my allergies. I think the main issue a lot of times with the education system right now is that for a long time, within like the last 20 years, schools were very sensitive about what kind of material, what kind of outside world content was shared within schools. But ironically, and I'm only referring to public schools, but from my experience growing up, I found that a lot of schools did not know how to always have teachers that could teach kids to know what were impressive skills to the outside world, not just skills that would impress a political party, but skills that impressed every adult, every child. People wanted to be your friend, or, the older you got, people wanted to date people with skills they thought were cool or were attractive. That it was kind of like up to the teachers to really explain to kids, to adolescents, what exactly would be impressive to people to want to socialize with you, basically. Don't get me wrong, it's very complicated with knowing the fine line between, who is an adult and who is extremely an impulsive, impressionable person. It's obviously not, I think, what school systems are supposed to really be hiring people for is people who are going to give off that same energy. School systems need to welcome the idea that teachers have the right to develop the interpersonal skills that tell kids the honest truth, to say, like, how networking works in the world is you impress people. How socializing in the world works is you impress people. It's not just about saying you go to school to learn how to make more money. You go to school to say you're smarter than other people. When teachers stop telling kids what essentially is impressive to people, those kids become lost and rely on, say, politics to tell them that, but that's not politicians' responsibilities. It's not in their responsibilities to have to teach kids what's impressive. They expect kids to know already what is impressive by the time they go into politics. So it's not on the politicians to tell kids what's impressive. It's up to the teachers to feel like they can share that. You're supposed to be able to prove that if you have goals in life, you have to be able to prove to people why they should want you to also achieve those goals. And that's what education is there for. It's to help prove that you have goals in your life you want to achieve. And by impressing people, they're going to want the same thing for you too. They're going to want you to achieve your goals. That's really what education's for. But so some examples of how education can be better at explaining to kids like what skills are impressive to everyone of every age, and why they should continue to learn what they need to continue to grow on these skill sets that are impressive to people. So I think of like advertising, or art, or anything that you can say, here's the difference between distinctive and distinguishable, right? So, like I would tell a lot of kids, if they want to be content creators too, is to say, well, here's the difference. A distinctive piece of content or creator is something or somebody that is so unique on their subject or their idea that they don't require a lot of little details to make it stand out. Doesn't require a lot of post-production when you create a song that has music theory that people are just like, I don't hear that all that often, so that's really cool. It doesn't need to be highly produced for it to draw somebody's attention. Whereas something that's distinguishable is going to be based on an idea that on its own doesn't really stand out. Like in music, you can't deny that the use of certain key progressions on like the keyboard have been used to death in like pop songs. There are so many progressions, 4-chord progressions, that get used all the time. It's not bad. It only requires, though, that you do some kind of post-production that makes it stand out. Otherwise, you draw the line between just being a ripoff and being still part of the industry. That is important within our education system too. With any skills that are being taught, is to know the difference, to teach people the difference between something that's distinctive and something that's distinguishable, and how this still applies to everyday things that are impressive to people. Like, yes, advertising 101, I would say, know the difference between the two, because if you're thinking that you can create content that will stand out when it's already been done to death, without doing a lot to it, it's like you're gonna have to do a lot of meticulous detailing to make it stand out, because on its own it will just look like the sea of, like if they're like kids that are trying to make Minecraft videos, then it's like you gotta do something that makes it stand out, because a video game that is so rare, so obscure, you don't need to put a lot of thought into it. I would explain to these kids, like PewDiePie, for instance, when he was new, he did Minecraft videos from 2010. They didn't need, those content creators on YouTube didn't need to put a lot of little details into their video editing, because there weren't a lot of people doing Minecraft videos. When those YouTube creators were doing stuff like Amnesia, The Dark Descent, Minecraft, Five Nights at Freddy's even, although even then with like Markiplier, he had gotten into a little bit more video editing. But really early on, a lot of YouTube's very successful content creators that people and kids know and love, they could be less detailed in the beginning because the content they were doing was still very unique at the time. Those ideas on what they were playing video games about were so unique. But today, if like an 11-year-old was like, I want to do Minecraft videos and I don't care about school and it's going to blow up, it's like you got to remember, because that idea has been done to death, if you don't do anything that makes it stand out, it's going to be neither distinctive nor distinguishable. And that's the thing. But there you go. I hope everyone learned from me, and I'll continue to do more discussions like this. Take care.